Well, Gibraltar has several ways of engaging with the Commonwealth, if you like. One of them is the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association, which is the links between all the different parliaments of the Commonwealth. And Gibraltar has been participating both at a regional level and at a global level for very many years. So there are 53 countries, nation states in the Commonwealth. There are also a number of UK and other overseas territories linked to the different member states. But in the CPA, we go as in our own right, representing the Parliament of Gibraltar. Equally, we've developed close links with the Commonwealth Telecommunications Union. And as you know, we send a games team to the Commonwealth Games whenever the games are taking place, and they will be happening in April of this year. So this is something which which are very keen to encourage and to develop further. This is the first time, for example, that we're sending young people to the Youth Parliament. This is the 9th session of the Youth Parliament. It'll be an educational program. It'll be a parliamentary program. They will learn how parliaments behave. They will sit in the states of Jersey, which is the seat of the Parliament of Jersey, and with 60 delegates from all over the Commonwealth, Gibraltarians will be able to engage in debates, in presenting motions, in discussing legislations, in questions and answers. So they will learn about the parliamentary procedures across the different countries of the Commonwealth. And I think that can only be positive and beneficial to Gibraltar as a whole.
And why should an organisation that harks back to the British Empire appeal to today's young people?
Well, I think because the values and the traditions and the principles that the Commonwealth represents and stands for are very valid and are still very current today, and particularly in areas like human rights, the environment, those areas which are seeking to develop further, where we're also very keen and very interested in making sure Gibraltar has a say and Gibraltar is involved. So whether it is young people going to the Youth Parliament, whether it is our parliamentarians going to the senior Parliamentary Association, our sportsmen going to the Commonwealth Games, or indeed our Minister for Economic Development and Telecommunications representing Gibraltar in the Telecommunications Forum, all of that is very important and very interesting in putting forward the Gibraltar point of view and in learning more about the experiences of other countries in those fields.
And how engaged are young Gibraltarians in politics?
There are two things the government does every year to encourage that. One is there are internships to Washington that are available, which are free of charge to the person who goes on them. And there are 2 sets of students that go every year for a few months. They are placed in either in business, in NGOs, or in areas like the Congress in Washington, D.C. itself. And there they learn and they understand how other countries work, but at the same time, they are ambassadors for Gibraltar in those positions. Equally, every year there is a team of Gibraltarians from the 2 secondary schools and also from the College of Further Education that goes to Brussels, and they learn about the European Union institutions in Brussels. This year, they're also able to visit NATO, and I think that is very important, informing them as people, informing their opinions, and obviously in stimulating their interest in politics. So it is not surprising that it is from those categories, from those who went to Washington and those who went to Brussels, that the 2 delegates who are going to Jersey for the Commonwealth Youth Parliament have been taken from.
And how well-versed, or bright if you will, are the young people involved in the Washington internships, and who will be going to this Commonwealth event?
Well, we have had a very positive feedback, both from the students themselves who have gone on the Washington internship. Remember, that is open to people who finished their degree, and also on the team that goes to Brussels. I mean, we've had emails back from MPs saying, you know, what a lively bunch, and how they kept on questioning and probing members of the European Parliament on different issues. So the feedback from the government's point of view has been extremely good. And we also know that those who have gone on the schemes, whether it's been to Brussels or whether it's been to Washington, have really enjoyed themselves. And this year, from the 25th of February to the 1st of March, Mark Montegriffo and Tammy Randall have been selected to represent Gibraltar at the Commonwealth Youth Parliament event, which will take place there.
And how did you find your most recent meetings in London?
Well, it was very useful to discuss the kind of role that Gibraltar wants to play inside the Commonwealth family of nations with the Secretary General of the Commonwealth, Baroness Scotland, and also with the UK Minister responsible for the Commonwealth, Lord Ahmad. And I put across the kind of engagement that Gibraltar has with the Commonwealth at the moment, the kind of engagement we'd like to see in the future, and certainly the meetings were both very positive and very constructive in that regard.